guys, welcome to my YouTube channel, or welcome back if you're a subscriber. Today I have kind of a different video, but I wanted to start doing something where I start reading bits of books because I have so many books I need to read on my bookshelf. And yeah, so today we're gonna read Don't Let the Cold In by Kelly Parac. Yeah, I'm gonna read a bit of it and then maybe 3-4 chapters, and then we'll stop it and I'll pick it back up later. So let's get right into it. Ooh. Day 1, October 25th, 6:33 p.m. The blood orange sun balanced for one dazzling moment. Trapped on the mountain ledge, it slipped behind the ridge, leaving us in the hushed shadows of twilight. I wish I could do the same, slip away. Lit by the car's high beams, the winding road stretched like a ribbon ahead. The glaring brightness made by the surrounding landscape seemed even darker. "Are you sure we're not lost?" I asked Mom, glancing at the nothingness around us. "Only, it's been an hour since you said we were almost to the cabin." "It's a Tesla. Teslas don't get lost," Mom flicked back her long blonde hair. "I know you're not a big fan of the great outdoors, Lottie, but Oliver's cabin is so lovely, and as he's your stepfather now, it's your place too. There's nothing for you to worry about. It'll be fun." "Yep," I said, thankful it was too dark to see how close to the plummeting off the ledge we were. Vague outlines of tall, dark pines appeared at the sides of the road. We sped by a small turnoff leading deeper into a forest. A sign to a campsite, a lone store, sodas, shakes, and supplies, a cross by the side of the road, and then nothing but Mom's off-key singing and the squealing of tires as we spun around the corners. I stared at the first evening stars through the sunroof. They were so bright, of course, because there was no light pollution. We were driving through the endless wilderness. I should have known it would be a rustic cabin in the middle of nowhere. I'd be trapped there with no escape. My chest felt hollow. I swallowed. "It'll be all better in the daylight, Lottie. Then you will see how beautifully stunning Tahoe is. Now, we are here." She turned down a narrow road and glided the Tesla smoothly onto the long driveway, stopping abruptly in front of the cabin. My Frappuccino fell from the cup holder, spilling its dregs onto the white leather divider. I wiped the sticky blob with a crushed napkin. "Is keeping my wedding gift clean for one day too much to ask?" Mom glared at me. "Sorry." I licked the chocolate residue that freckled the back of my pale white hand. We'd barely arrived and I've already disappointed her. She sighed. I waited. I knew what was coming. The talk. "Lottie, I'm trusting you." She stretched her fingers on the steering wheel to better admire her brand new wedding ring glinting in the dark. "It's not like I'm asking a lot. It's only one night. I hoped my mom's new marriage would last longer than that." I stared at the cabin. It was nestled on the side of the hill, surrounded by silhouetted pine trees, dark shapes against darker shapes. Anything could be better out there. Anything could be out there. It's just so isolated. That's what makes it so safe. Mom smoothed out the creases in her ivory shifted dress. "Jade's sweet and extremely smart like her dad. It'll be good for you to spend this weekend together. She's really looking forward to having more time with you." I seriously doubted that. During the 3 times we'd met, we'd spoken twice, and both of those were monosyllabic hi and one sorry, not sorry, when she accidentally slammed the door in my foot. "I don't have much of a choice, do I?" I asked. "Lottie, it's our honeymoon. We'll be back tomorrow, for God's sake. Oliver's planned this lovely time for you and Jade in the cabin. Aren't you excited? I thought you would be happy for us." "I am." It was hard to sound genuine about something that didn't seem real. The morning's City Hall wedding was over in less time than it had taken us to find a parking spot in downtown San Francisco. "The cabin's fabulous. You'll love it. Anyways, it's not like you've got anything else to do." She tilted the rearview mirror, checking that her scarlet lipstick hadn't bled onto her white skin. "No, and whose fault is that? Moving every 6 months doesn't exactly help," I pointed out. "Every time I'd start to fit in and actually have friends, we'd move, and then suddenly I'd be the stranger with a weird accent all over again. If I ever forgot about it, I'd be reminded." The novelty of my English accent never wore off from people here. Yes, I'm from England. No, I do not want to say water for you again. 5 schools in 2 years, and now another in my senior year. Don't blame me for your introverted personality. Blame your dad. You're so like him, always seeing the negative instead of the opportunity. Things will be better now, you'll see. She smiled, all fake cheer and white teeth. I seriously wondered if she was my mom at all. We're all going to be one big happy family. I wanted her to be right, but I knew this would be one more in a long line of broken promises. Only this time there was another kid's heart to break as well. I hope so. I really do. But right now, my special role in this arrangement is being a companion to a 15-year-old. So sorry if this situation doesn't look as rosy to me. Almost 16. You only just turned 17. There's barely a year between you guys, and she's way more mature than you're being right now. A gust of wind rattled through the car. I shivered. The cold, the mountains, and that sound. For a moment, I was back there, holding Dad's calloused hand, trekking up stony trails, winding, whipping in my ears, eyes steaming. He called them father-daughter days. I called them goodbye days. The next morning, he'd be gone off on another mountaineering expedition away for months. I'd pretend to be sick to stop him from leaving. He'd always go anyway. So much for happy families. I swung out of the car and slammed the door. Lottie, my mom hissed, don't you dare screw this up. As usual, so trusting in my abilities, I pretended not to hear, held my head high, and marched up to the cabin's front door. You arrived, Oliver, my new stepdad, gathered me in a bear hug. I was so worried your mom had got lost. His cashmere sweater smelled of cinnamon and earth. For a moment, I allowed myself to feel wanted, safe, protected. But there was no pretending. I pulled myself away. She couldn't resist one last Starbucks stop. Well, it's good to finally have you here, he grinned, brown eyes crinkling at the edges like they were used to smiling. All of his features were smooth and warm, brown skin, round cheeks, smooth, bald head, and his deep voice, which made it seem like he meant every word he said. I stood there, clutching my battered backpack. At least we had time to open up the cabinet and check everything worked before you arrived. Lights, powers, fire. He clapped his hand. It always takes a little bit of time for the hot water to heat up when no one's been here for a while, but it should be fine in half an hour or so. Jade's been waiting for you. Oliver moved aside and reveal her sitting cross-legged on the cream suede sofa in the middle of the enormous living room. Hello. I gathered a little wave, like a normal thing for a stepsister to do. She gave me a nod and returned to her switch game. A black curl had escaped her high bun and bounced gently against her brown neck. As her fingers tapped the console, she'd changed out of this morning's sapphire dress into ripped blue jeans and a soft gray cardigan and a teal Extition is Forever t-shirt. I bet her sweater was cashmere like her dad's. I suddenly felt the weight of my consignment store fleece. It was North Face, probably a 90s original. I faded my oversized watch, stopping as soon as I realized I was getting nervous. Don't mind her. She's a little shy, but get her talking about anything nature and she's your friend for life. Oliver grinned at me as if I was in on the joke and would actually smile back. Jade gave an "Aren't Paris embarrassing" eye roll. I gave a small smile like I agreed, but I'd take embarrassment over disappointment any day. Hello, darling. Mom made an entrance, all flying scarf and crimson petticoat. Oliver swept her up in his arms and twirled her. She flung her head back, squealing in delight. Does it drive well? I was getting worried about you. Mom tilted her head. I know I said I'd follow, but it's not like you can get lost when there's only one road. You don't mind, do you, darling? No, of course not. But I think we better rush if we want to make our dinner reservations. We are cutting it close. Whatever you decide, darling, popping into the loo. Then I'm all yours. Mom dashed away. Oh, and the Tesla drives like a dream, but it's almost out of charge. Okay, then. Oliver grabbed his jacket. Guess I'm the valet, he said, and he went to the parked Tesla in the garage. My throat was dry. I was sinking. I wish I hadn't agreed to this. It was going to be a long, painful, awkward being alone with my new stepsister. But at least it was just for one night. I took a deep breath. Maybe Mom was right. Maybe this time it would be different. It was a marriage, after all, but it was still her. Between them, my parents did not have a great track record of relationships. Dad vanished, leaving no trace on my 8th birthday, and Mom was a one-woman tornado of broken promises. Never trust anyone was her motto. Prepared to be let down was mine. I dropped my backpack by the closet and made my way to the fireplace, bumping into the oak coffee table on my way. Nice entrance. The iron chandelier lights flickered high above me for a second before turning back to normal. I stared at the flickering glow of the flames in the fireplace, rubbing my hands as if they were cold, pretending to be at ease. What are you playing? I could at least act like I was interested. Animal Crossings, said Jade without lifting her head from her screen. Oh, I glanced up at the cathedral ceiling, feeling smaller by the second. Your guest room is upstairs, she pointed to the stairwell. Right, thanks. I wondered if I could leave out some back door and disappear. Jade would be fine playing her game, and Mom wouldn't even notice I was missing. Not that there was anywhere to go. Oliver hugged Jade. Goodbye, sweetie. Bye, Dad. Love ya. Jade smiled. Love you too. He kissed her cheek like a perfect dad in a television commercial. I stood there feeling like a total intruder. Sorry, Lottie. I was going to leave you in the Land Rover, but I guess we're taking it now. I'm charging the Tesla for you. It'll be ready in a few hours. You should be fine until then. And don't let Jade trick you into letting her drive. She only has her permit. I didn't dare tell him that I hadn't got my license. Just don't disappear on us. It came out sounding more desperate than it meant to. He shook his head. Never, I promise. They were ready in seconds. A flurry of coats, hugs, and off they went. The black Land Rover headlights slicing through the night. Oliver called out the window, "Don't worry about the snowstorm. We'll be back before then, and Jade knows where everything is." What snowstorm? I shouted, but they couldn't hear me above their music. What things? Oliver was already singing along to Coldplay, Mom's Choice for sure. I lingered at the front door until the taillights disappeared. A breeze ruffled the branches, sending a gentle wave through the surrounding woods. I shivered. The air was too thin, too cold, and too lung-stabbing sharp. A crow cawed from the top of a overhanging pine. The bird stared at me, black marbled eyes. My neck tingled. I had the sensation that I was being watched. I turned to stare at the trees, as if I could make out anything hiding in there. It was too dark, too quiet. Waiting for something to happen, quiet. A gust of wind shook the trees. I shivered and checked my weather app. My phone said it was down to 1 bar. Jade, I came back inside, taking care of the double bolt in the huge door. Did you know something about a snowstorm coming? It's Tahoe. Sometimes it snows. Dad says it's not until Sunday. She looked out the window. It won't be much, not until October. It'll probably be freezing rain. Oliver would have said, right, if it was going to snow badly, like left special instructions or warned us. He wouldn't have left us if we would be in any danger. Stop worrying. It's a ski cabin built for snow. Anyway, he'll be back in the morning. Jade checked her watch. Like it would tell her the exact time he'd be back. Like maybe 12 hours. You make it sound like he's coming back alone. No, I didn't mean. Jade looked startled by my suggestion. I know. She was probably counting down the minutes until it was over, too. I picked up my backpack and took it downstairs. The cabin was built into the side of a hill. From the front, it looked like a cozy one-story place, but beneath the entrance floor was an open-plan living area, dining, lounge, and kitchen, and an observation deck. It was the downstairs floor, and it was enormous. Huge windows looked onto the surrounding wilderness. There was a den with a deep blue sectional and an enormous TV. To the left of the door was a corridor leading to the bedrooms. I wandered along, looking at each bedroom. I threw my backpack onto the bed in the last room at the end of the hallway. I figured since it didn't have a king bed strewn with abandoned outfits or a neat pile of nature guides and AP textbooks on the bedside table, the room devoid for any personality had been mine. The guest room. Perfect for temporary visitors. Our whole apartment building could fit into the space of that one cabin, and this was just their vacation house. It wasn't even where I'd be living. According to Mom, it would be gorgeous. Craftsman home in Melino Park. It all seemed so unreal. I felt dizzy for a second. Pinpricks of light glittering before my eyes. So much space for only 2 people, but originally it would have been 3. Her sparkling eyes gazed out from the family photos dotting on the walls, at the beach, in the forest, at the top of the Empire State Building. Jade's mom, looking like Beyonce's long-lost sister, beautiful and confident. Oliver had a smooth, bald head even then, and there was a bright-eyed, dimple-cheeked mini Jade. They leaned into each other, faces shining with happiness. Jade had lost someone too. Her mom died when she was young, but not too young to remember. Our only commonality, a weight of sadness clinging to us like shadows. Okay, that was chapter 1, and I think I'm going to end it there just because it's been 15 minutes, and yeah, so I'll come back, I don't know when, but soon, with the next part for this. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you like this, because I'm going to start doing this on this channel. Not all my videos are going to be about this. I'm still going to post, like, regular content, but I'm also going to add this to my content, because it's something that I know I can do a little bit more regularly than posting videos. So thank you so much for watching. I love you. Bye-bye.